Hey, so no, all I'm
So
saying
my
is,
mom's in a wheelchair, right? She was like, "Hey, what happens if we add turbochargers to this thing?"
What is going on?
I'm like, Ma, I don't know, but let's find out. So guess what? We'll tell you next week.
So you saying?
And my mom's really in a wheelchair, by the way.
Mom's is in a
I
wheelchair.
know. That's why I was like, where are we going with this?
Hold on. Now we got to go down this road.
Nope.
So mom's in a wheelchair. So we adding turbo to the chair.
Yeah, man. Extra battery pack and everything.
Yeah. Okay. She popping willies.
Hope not.
I swear for Lord, if I see kid riding down the street because his car done broke down again on his mom wheelchair, hey, I'm gonna be at your head.
Hey, 35 miles an hour, baby.
Kid gonna be doing 35 miles an hour down the street talking about some. Hey, mom, can you get off on this exit? There's some ice cream over here.
Real talk.
Ice cream.
Hey, man, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the squad in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Lot to get into on today's show. And as always, we got the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, in the building. Of course, the super producer, Joel Holt.
What's happening?
The man on the ones and twos, always trying to make it do what it do.
Oh, yes, sir.
Got the glasses on today.
He got the glasses back. C-Dub is in the building.
It's a good day for it, baby. It's a good day.
It's a good glasses day. Mr. Medium Self in the back.
Hey, you already know what it
Jordan
is.
JC, who's rocking with us on the Morning Breeze. And behind the letters there, Mr. Two Letters. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. AD is in the building. I don't even know if his mic's on. I don't know. Did we give him a mic? I don't know if we gave him a mic. That's okay. That's okay. He's all good. He's all good.
It's good. We're good.
Hey, man, like I said, a lot to get into on today's show. Got to talk about, got to get in depth on this Bears-Bengals game. Also, got to look at training camp today. Some very, very good days from training camp. Maybe a little bit of a struggle day for Caleb Williams, but I think you're seeing some players come back very strong. Matthew Judon, hey, being the one to make the decision on Atlanta versus Chicago. That news coming out. Is that going to be, is that a down on the Bears? Is he down on the Bears, or was it a money thing? We'll talk about that. And of course, best and worst of the weekend, all that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Shout out to the Breeze Nation in the building. We got this Crimson You Dig in this mug, Barb Chimney, Silver Harvest in this mug, Gucci Finesse in the building, V-Dog in the building, AC Adam in the building. Who else up in there, mug? Scroll up real quick. Oh, never mind. I got it right here. Don't worry about it.
All right, folks.
Marco Smith in this mug. Chris Osby.
Let's get to it.
Chris
real quick,
Osby.
all right?
Chris Osby.
Interesting name.
I don't know. It's all good. Let's jump into a little bit of sports content, though, boy. Well, first off, how was the weekend, boys? Everybody good? Everybody good?
I got a story.
Oh, we got a weekend story.
Oh, save it for the end of the day.
Okay, that's going in best and worst.
We got a story to tell. Another biggie line, another biggie reference.
Oh my God!
Top 5, baby.
That's the safest one right
Before we got on, there was a debate on how high we really need to put Big L on the hip hop list.
I just said he was a good lyricist. I didn't say he needed to be
No,
top 5.
no. You tried this.
Hey, listen,
I heard top 5.
I can't name you one album of his if he got
I
one.
can't even name a song from Biggie.
Yeah, I definitely can't. I just know he was cold.
Had him above Biggie, though.
Yes, he did.
No,
Had him above Biggie.
First of all, that era of New York rapper was just cold. You can't tell me that he put out a lot of good product right there.
Having Big L above Biggie is crazy.
I didn't say he was above him, but many people do
Joe,
put him in that
what
realm.
was the statement
do we have the tape?
What was the statement?
He said he couldn't even, what was it, line he couldn't even, one song he couldn't figure out?
Okay, I'm going to die on this hill, right?
I
just
said
said that
always
Biggie,
down
Hey,
here.
listen, I just said that Biggie is no longer in any top 5 conversations. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I'm sorry. You just transitioning early doesn't mean that you're automatically top 5 all time.
We're off to a really bad start.
Hey, off to a bad start
No,
on
we're
this show.
not. Hey, listen,
Just
hey,
lost
listen,
half
hey,
the audience.
we put it on camera real quick.
half this audience don't even listen to me.
Already.
Hey, I'm about to have a Bill Burr moment right now. Stop talking to me.
Hey, let's get into this recap, man. Let's get
into some recap because we did have this Bears versus Bengals game this Saturday. It was a lot of fun. It was a good game. Got to see Caleb go through his struggles and work his way back. All right, Jesus Christ,
All right,
Joe.
here we go.
Sorry,
Jesus
sorry.
Christ, Joe.
Joe's like, let's speed this thing up.
God.
Set it up, Pat. Let's go.
got to see this Bears team go through their struggles. He forgot that he had this thing. Now he's just firing it up early. Go through their struggles and find their way into a very good offensive game plan. Let's recap the game there, boys.
Oh, that's
You got to watch Joel. He'll definitely forget somebody.
I took all that. I had to take out Justin Fields, put in Caleb there. There we go.
Bears preseason week 3 recap. A lot of good coming out of this week. 229 total yards, 209 passing yards. Tyson Bagent and Caleb Williams both having themselves a day. 3 scoring touchdowns on the day. Bears did a lot of good things in this game. I thought that they played the game really well, possessed the ball well, and utilized their time on the field well on both sides of the ball. Of course, you saw that defense come out there and just do what they do. They got 80 tackles in this game. Is that facts there, Joe? 80 tackles. Shout out to that. 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, 6 QB hits, 1 QB hit that killed a man.
Oh, my goodness. Is he still alive?
Yeah, Brick killed a guy.
Check on that guy.
Hey, bro, like, I'm not going to lie to you.
You want to see it?
It's kind of disrespectful to run a cornerback blitz in a preseason game like that. Caleb Williams balling out. He got the 1 early touchdown. Khalil Herbert also having himself a day. 5 carries, 31 yards, 6.3 yards per carry. And Eamon Agbanbamiga, 6 tackles, 1 interception, 1 pass defended. Roma Dunze with 1 fire catch while getting the whole face mask grabbed. Tyson Bagent also balled out for the boys out there. 87 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Him and Dante Pettis having himself a day. Dante Pettis, honorable mention. It was a fun game. It was a fun game to watch. Of course, it starts out with the 3 and outs, and that's really what everybody, has kind of zeroed in on that has issues with the Bears offense right now. They struggled against the number 2s. But as the game kept going on, they continued to get better, and you saw that them finally be able to work the ball down the field. You saw them put themselves in some good positions, get Roma Dunze to football on a couple of deep shots, and Caleb Williams looks the part.
Oh, by the way, we have over 100 in the chat.
Over 100 in the chat.
Over 100. We got to get to 200 first.
God dang. Nah, man, listen, there was a lot of good to take away from that game. Let's run through it real quick, though, boys. What was your biggest takeaway from that game versus the Bengals? What did you like that you saw in that game?
Obviously, we love Caleb. It's all over the net. We saw the play. We have a quarterback, guys. Like, let's just be for real. We got a guy who can make the plays that we want to make. That we have the guy. But more importantly, I'll be honest with you, we have a complete team. That's what I loved about it. We have a dominant team. And even in a situation where maybe Caleb is, because very rarely does a QB play all 17 games. Yeah. We still have someone who can pick up where he left off and kind of carry us there. So that's what I like to see. Now, I know we're going to get the Caleb Glazing done. We're going to do all of that. But just to know we have a complete team there is really exciting for me. And on top of all of that, I mean, the defense is good.
I was a little disappointed in that the first, it was a few 3 and outs. I don't know if that was maybe jitters of trying to put on a show because you're home. Because I think they did all passes like the first 1 or 2 series. Mm-hmm. So it's like, were you looking for some fireworks? So they didn't necessarily look good against the second team against the Bengals. But what was, like, to your point, I mean, I think all of us feel the same way, like seeing some of the off script stuff that Caleb could do. I mean, when he throws off the left and throws a perfect bomb to Rome, it's like, oh my God, like you're seeing some of the things that we want to see in a quarterback that he can do on the run, or just, what he did a few things that did work where it's like he could still make his reads. There was times where the line there's I think a clip where the protection was so good that it looked like it was a mile between him.
Oh yeah, that was on the Tyler Scott pass.
Like everybody was over here. Like there was 4 guys over on one, blocking, and there was 1 guy over on the side.
That was the one good rep from the offensive line. I saw the whole day.
So there's times where it looked good, but
wasn't all good.
He has the ability to escape the pocket. Like he's got that talent. So I just like that he's trying to pass first before he runs, and he can make some progression reads. So there were some positives from that. And then who else stood out to me? I'm trying to think. all I care really about is Caleb and seeing how he's developing in the offensive line. I'm not worried about our defense. I want to see how he does.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and
boys
gentlemen.
and girls, I think I come to the conclusion that we all have come to the conclusion on that this boy is special. He's special.
It's the camera trying to focus on him.
Yeah,
while
I
he's
don't know
doing
what's
it.
going on with that dumb camera.
It's this camera.
think
But listen, the
we've
main
come to the
takeaway that should be the only takeaway is that this kid does stuff that nobody else is capable of, and we haven't even seen game one of a real regular season.
Come on, man, not capable. We've seen other guys do what he's done. It's just that he can do special things.
It's the way
Time
how
out.
he does it.
Who did we see do what he's done though?
He's done.
Put a name to it.
Mahomes has done
There you
stuff.
go,
His name is
Rodgers.
His
All
name
right.
is Goat
Rodgers
Mahomes.
has
Patty
done
Mac,
stuff.
baby.
Hey,
No, but I mean, what you're looking at is that he has athletic ability to. So, like most of the mobile quarterbacks, the athletic quarterbacks, they're doing some of those things. But he has the ability to pass and then also extend. Plays with
Joe,
his feet.
you're trying to temper excitement right now,
trying.
and I don't
Look,
like
man,
that.
y'all about to anoint.
Allow us to be excited
Listen,
for
What
once.
happens if I'm not?
It's
Look,
a meaty
I'm not
Monday,
even
Joe.
gonna-
It's a meaty
It's a
Monday.
meaty
Hey, I got
Monday.
my Bears shirt on. I didn't do my jersey yet because the jersey Victory Monday's jersey.
You sound
on
more
Monday.
stern than
No,
Ryan
no,
Pauls
I'm
right
just
now.
saying.
Jesus.
Let's just make sure he dominates Tennessee.
I'm
It's-
just saying
The
this
indicators
guy,
are there.
he already has a
Where'd
signature
you get this
move.
guy?
Wait, he already has a signature move. That run to the left, contorting your body, jumping in the air, and
I
throwing
mean, I don't know
a
if that's
dime.
his signature move.
It's very Aaron
It
Rodgers.
looks like-
I watched Aaron Rodgers do that to the Bears many a time.
That's what
22
I'm
and
saying.
5,
Well,
baby.
I mean, that's
He
who.
making
He's
it
clearly
better.
been doing it
But-
in practice, so he did it in a game.
Yeah, that's who he's imitating. That's who he's imitating right now. And then that one pass he had that unfortunately didn't count because the way how they
That was
had
a
the
dime.
end zone painted. I don't know why they had the end zone not painted like that.
Now,
But
listen,
Rome
now,
couldn't
hold on.
find his foot.
Rome know
hold
where
on,
the
hold on.
pylon
That's Rome's
was.
job.
That's Rome's job.
Hold
to
on,
find the
Job.
They
pylon.
do look similar.
It
look
was
crazy.
no, it was
looked
a
crazy.
bad paint job. That
It was.
you know where the end zone is.
Soldier got to fix that.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know where the end zone is.
I mean,
at.
we'll
That's
let that
on Rome.
slide. It's a preseason, but that play alone, bro, the way how he was able to kind of stop, go, get the guy to kind of trip over his feet, and still go to the out of bounds and throw a dime right on Rome's hands.
Yeah, that was his best
Listen,
throw.
man,
of the
that
day.
was special, bro.
Listen,
Yes.
now before I get because the chat is starting to go crazy. I love Caleb Williams. I'm excited.
Nice.
All I'm saying
You
is
sound excited, Joe.
No.
That's
sound
right,
excited.
Grady.
No, well, did we not see a bad 3 and out?
Over 200 in the share.
Oh, snap.
What I'm saying is we see a lot of good stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait for before let's get into the
It's
first
better
season,
figured
the
out,
first game
too.
of the season. That's all. But no, he's got it.
Listen,
He's got a quarterback.
here's what I was excited about.
Get the
We
rest of the
saw-
guys
we
first,
saw
dog.
how to-
Because
we
got to get the
yeah,
rest of
Joe-
the guys.
Jordan had like 3 takes. We just back there.
hey,
Look,
guys,
guys,
man.
Alvin was over here.
I will say that. Joe be like, hey, let me get my point in real quick though. Hold on. I'm running
And
the
then
show,
another
but let me
thing.
get another thing. in. Hey, you got to do Joe like Shaq did Barkley. He was like supposed to go 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, back to 1.
Oh, snap.
We love you, Joe.
Jordan, what you
Shout out
got,
to
man?
Sean,
Jordan,
No,
what you
and
got?
look here. If I had to split the quarters,
So like I was saying,
no, you
I-
you get me angry. I'm about to get mad. All right,
Meaty's
if-
mad.
So if I had to rate it in like meat standards, like from first to second quarter, Caleb's performance was bone dry. No meat on the bone whatsoever. 3 and outs. Like it was bad. Nothing spectacular. But ooh boy, that second quarter. You're talking about a crispy, the
Coming
fattest
fast,
crispy.
hot and ready.
That's
I'm
right.
going to be
That's
T-bone
right.
hot and
steak.
ready.
Oh, T-bone steak, porterhouse. I mean, you going to the finest 5-star restaurant.
High
That
quality.
man put everything on display.
There was
from
some bark on that
special-
rib.
The best filet mignon.
Thank you.
The best
Filet mignon, yeah.
Filet mignon.
But in all seriousness, you know what I'm most impressed by is that we have a whole team. Paris mentioned it. The reason why I'm not scared about going into this season with a rookie quarterback that looks and shows promise, even if he doesn't tap into all of it this year, is because we have a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
This defense is going to put pressure on a lot of teams, a lot of good teams, and we're going to be in a lot of games just because of our defense. And so even if we have a remotely good offense, which I think we will, we're going to win a lot of games.
I agree with you. I think Go ahead.
Jeez!
Joe,
Take four. Let's take four, Joe. Let's take four.
Control the camera.
You good?
That was Calvin.
You good, Joe?
Hey,
You made a great point.
You got
Hey,
the bag
Calvin's so used to having to go back to you after everybody says something.
Hey, give my man AD some airtime.
Go ahead, AZ.
Nah, look, I real brief. Like I said, this is the first time where like literally the defense is almost it's not an afterthought, but we like, oh shoot, like we not worried about them, but
snap.
we got a good offense to match the good defense. It's gonna be crazy because like I said, it's the defense. Like I'm not worried about them. That's some dogs over there. I'm like you getting 2-3 turnovers in a preseason game. Like we see how serious they taking that. And if I could just say real quick with Caleb, the demeanor is crazy. There's no lack of confidence I see in my man. Like it looks different. No shade to anybody else, but when somebody really supposed to be back there, it looked like
No shade, but shade.
No shade to Justin.
No, that's across the field though, because we seen a lot of.
There was
of
only
people,
one other starting quarterback.
No, but I'm talking about
it's like what other
across the
guy?
field, bro.
Yeah.
Compare him to the class he in. A lot of his
Oh
contemporaries.
Jaden.
He look.
Jay looks good.
He looked
Jalen
like
looks solid.
Jay
Jalen
looks
solid. I think here's my thing, and appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. If you're on the Twitter side, repost it. I guess it is now. Repost it. If you're on that YouTube side, hit that like button, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love. I think here's my thing with what we saw Saturday and my biggest takeaway. One, it is the fact that, hey, Bears fans, that's probably what this is going to look like.
Yep.
It's probably going to look like Caleb Williams having some struggles and then figuring out certain moments of the game and then being able to get back into it and then maybe struggling a little bit more and then figuring it out a little bit more. Shane Waldron put him in a good position and he finishes out the game. Well, hopefully, right, like 250 yards and a couple touchdowns, right? Like that's probably what the start of this season is going to look like. But the fact that you had that defense on the other side that continuously goes out there and makes plays, continuously shows depth, I think that those are things that you can really hang your hat on. And I think that that's the best situation for the Bears to be in. The fact that, yeah, you've got this offense that shows flashes, that has excitement. You've got this young player who, to me, the biggest attribute he put on display, everybody's all enamored by the off-platform throws and the escapability from the pocket. We had that. Right? I saw Justin Fields make off-platform throws, and we was like, how the heck he throw the football like that?
Yeah, that's not.
I saw Justin. I saw. No, it's not even that. I saw Justin Fields when people would run straight into him. He'd just be like, "Get off of me," and he could escape. Right?
Yeah.
And I talked about this morning. It's the pocket awareness.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ability to avoid the pressure. It's the ability to not put yourself in a bad situation so that you can go out there and still make a play. It's that ability to extend plays that killed us for years.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Aaron Rodgers Packers, the Bears could always get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Yep. The part we couldn't do was get Aaron Rodgers on the ground.
Let's get to it.
And so
in
those moments, he just like slip out, he roll out left, you'd be like, oh no, he's still free.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's a 30-yard pass down the field to a wide open man that's coming down with it falling on his back. We just like, we guarded that perfectly for 16 seconds. And he still made something happen. Of course, I'm being facetious on that, but I just think that, to me, the best thing that we saw out of Caleb Williams, the best thing that we saw out of this Bears offense is an offense that still needs growth, but has pieces that can kind of make certain magic while still growing. Because a lot of this stuff is just timing.
Yeah.
What I think what was going to happen is when Trubisky was here, the issue was more like Trubisky had a great penchant for running out of pocket, extending plays, and because he could run like a 30-yarder and get into the red zone. Like I think about that Tampa Bay game. Like I just pulled that up, right? He had 6 touchdowns, 354 yards.
That defense was atrocious, though.
No, but what I'm getting at is that what Caleb was going to do is that there's probably as he's learning how to really play quarterback, and then he's got the off-platform stuff. It's going to be that breakaway play because he can throw it like that. That throw to Rome we're going to see more of that because that wasn't necessarily scripted.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to have a few games like that where I don't think it's going to be a 200-yard game. He might get a few 300-yard games because there's going to be some of that breakaway stuff that didn't happen that it was supposed to happen in the play.
Yeah.
So I feel like, no, I'm excited that he has that ability. I definitely want to see what he does against week one, against the real defenses. Like Buffalo was a nice test against vanilla basic defense. He went up against the number 2s. So he's still going to be learning the game. But I think there's going to be stuff where he does off script, off platform type of things, and he's going to have great games. And they're going to love that. But the issue is the trick bag is for him not to get caught in doing those things where he still needs to learn how to move the pocket. But he's got those reads.
I want to use that to transition to some of the things that concern me the most, though. And the thing that concerned me most, and we've kind of already stated it in the chat, is that O-line didn't look great.
Yeah,
it wasn't as if it was bad, and
No,
a
it was
lot
bad.
of a lot of it was. I mean, it was bad.
How
but
often did Caleb have to leave the pocket?
A lot,
multiple times.
and so because of his ability, you can extend plays and things of that nature, right? So that's great. I'm glad that he has that. But we're also dealing with. I don't believe all their starters on that D-line played.
You talking about
None of
Cincinnati?
None of their starters played.
They was the
Cincinnati
second
starters
team.
played.
So now it's like,
second,
look
third
at how we struggled against them, that second team,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
they don't even have an elite defense, realistically. No one
Braxton-
really has
Braxton
them
got blown
projected
by.
to be high.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at some of these games. It's like, hey, listen, Caleb might look really good, but he may not have the opportunity to get some of these plays off like I think.
He
And
might.
my
escape
concern
more.
now shifts is like, hey, if you do anything, Ryan,
You said spell that for me.
Excuse me. What?
shifts,
Shift.
SHIFT.
Oh,
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Extra
All
S on
right.
it.
Okay.
Shifts.
All right.
But
Okay,
it
all right,
shifts to if you do anything, Ryan, it's to protect this quarterback. You don't need to invest into this defense anymore because now I'm looking at, hey, those second stringers got some pressure on them.
Yeah.
One of the worst hits that he's taken so far is the second stringers getting to him, right? I'm looking at the Texans coming up first game. Titans coming up. No, Titans. Texans second game. Colts defense ain't that bad. Rams rolling through. I know Aaron is not there anymore, but I mean, like realistically, what does that look like, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at teams that really got some dogs there that can get after them. I'm looking at that differently. Now I'm not looking at definitively like, yo, we're gonna get 10 games. I'm like, yeah, this might be a hard 7. Because that line is real subpar to me.
But
for what we need.
But
That bootleg looked real nice though.
And that's the difference. The difference is you have an OC that understands. This is how I need to call a play. This is how I need to. Right. The problem that we dealt with Justin Fields, the problem we dealt with Mr. Trubisky was that the OCs kept going. Yeah, just drop back and figure that out back there.
Yeah.
Hey, coach, I don't have no offensive line that's going to hold up long enough for me to drop back. You'll be all right.
Right.
Yeah, then you could just escape. No, like we've got an offensive coordinator who, it's just in preseason right now. But when you have a bad offensive line, one of the best things that you can do is move the pocket around. And that's exactly what we've seen Shane Waldron do early on. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of additions left or added to this team as we go through the season. I think maybe you go out there and get a couple of pieces maybe at the trade deadline. But this is the team that you're going into the season with.
Yeah.
As far as the O-line looking bad, the O-line did look bad. But
play calling. There's some things you could do to disguise a lot of
it's
that,
not
though.
even that, right? Nate Davis basically been out there 3 days.
Yeah.
Now we'll talk about practice as well, but Nate Davis practiced today, right? He's back on the field. But when you only been out there 3 days,
I think we need
you're gonna be a little bit rusty.
I think we need a flag thrown. I think there's a flag on the play.
What's the flag for?
Wait,
Like,
I didn't
I said
realize
a
this
hard
might be a
7
hard
game.
7.
That's a hard 7.
Oh,
I don't know about that one. Come on, I don't know about that one. I give him some leeway on that.
So that's a challenge flag.
Hey, he can challenge.
Hey, okay, I can challenge.
Joe,
That was a
I got
horrible
that
throw.
was a horrible throw.
I was
That was a
blocked it.
horrible
Hey,
throw.
so Joe, I get some
He
slack
said
there,
it like
right?
he meant to do it that way.
Right.
I get some slack there, right? There you go.
Hey,
But no, I just feel like that. Listen, what we saw in that Bengals game was something else to build off of, and I think that the Bears are continuing to do that, and that's the most exciting part. Now the tough part comes where you're probably not going to play a game again if you're the starters for 22 days.
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
we're not factoring in the run game. They literally just it was all passes.
I don't know what
they did more of that
I
during the
don't know
first
what
game.
the literal use of like DeAndre Swift has not played basically at all but 2 plays.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're trying to move on from Herbert. I don't know if they're just trying to showcase. Like that's
They're
that's
protecting
very
him
weird.
from getting hurt. That's all.
That's very weird.
I think they saw enough of what he could do in the first
They
game
don't need him to
when he
play.
threw that he ran off for that 40-yard game.
Yeah.
I think they already saw like, okay, we got our guy there.
And maybe they're just trying to save something from him. I mean, he's been somebody who's been often injured over his first couple of years. So maybe they're trying to, leave something in the tank for him when we get to the season.
Yeah.
But no, I think that there was a lot of good to take from that. And I think that the Bears have continued to build off of it as they've gone into training camp today. Camp today was it was a very light camp. I will say that. It was a very what's a good way to say it? They didn't do much.
I just played 2 days ago, and I'm
Are we moving to camp?
Yeah, we can go to camp. They didn't do much. Like, honestly, it was like, yes, a game happened, and I understand why you're trying to not do as much, but it was a very, very light practice day for the Chicago Bears, and it seemed like that was intended, but they continued to build off of the good that we saw in that Bengals game. And the number one guy for me right now that showed out today was Kyler Gordon was back with a vengeance.
Spider-Man.
He was absolutely all over the place. Came away with 2 interceptions today, both of them on Caleb Williams. One was tipped at the line, so I don't know if that was outright him. I also don't. I didn't see who got the tip on it, but that's crazy. Yep, there it is. Hey, I didn't see who tipped the ball on that one, but to me, like the
good way to clean that up.
The Kyler Gordon he's back with a vengeance, boys,
Yes,
and he's not taking any time. Kyler Man, as he likes to call himself. I mean, like you saw the big hit. You saw how he was all over the field out there, and he absolutely continued that today. The other person who was really the standout today from training camp was Keenan Allen, off of 2 solid passes from Caleb Williams.
Nice.
One of them in the red zone.
He finally beat
one of them.
Jalen. He finally beat JJ.
I don't know. I don't think JJ was covering him.
Did he throw a dart?
He did throw a dart. Yes, he did. It was a nice little pass down the right sideline to Keenan Allen. He was able to get into the end zone off of that, and then he also gave him one in the red zone as well. That was through the defense, fired it, quick decision, a phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I thought you were going to hit Dot.
No, we have 300 in the chat.
Oh, but 300.
Oh, snap.
300. But no, yeah. I mean, listen, really showed out. Very, very kind of up and down day for Caleb Williams, if you ask me. I think that the defense had, as I said, threw 2 touchdowns, threw 2 interceptions. The defense looked like they were kind of getting to him a little bit, but also the operation didn't seem as crisp to me from Caleb today. I thought that he was just off a little bit. There was a couple of nice plays though. I mean, like there was one play where normally you can tell, right? Like if a play continues, it's like that's a sack. I mean, that's a sack. Okay. There was a play where, and very rarely can you go like that. There's no way that would have been a sack. Today he had one where it was, I want to say it was DeMarcus Walker coming past him. And he did like that where he's got the ball. Yeah, y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen that where he puts the ball ahead of himself to make sure that he's keeping the ball safe. He stepped up in the pocket with one of those. I was like, ooh, that was very clean. Tried to deliver a ball to Keenan Allen, but a lot of pressure around him. It was just outside of Keenan Allen's reach. But it was a mixed bag day for Caleb Williams. For every positive, I would say that there was something that he can learn from as well in today's practice. But like I said, very light. I would doubt we see them play at all in this Kansas City game because
No way.
Not only did they move the times of practice around, but they also added an extra practice in on Wednesday today. The last time they did that was that Hall of Fame game. And in that Hall of Fame game, none of the starters played, and you had basically 2 practices going on. A little nugget of excitement, though, for Bears fans out there from training camp. Everybody.
Here we go.
Jaquan Brisker and Karan Amageji are both back.
Yes, sir.
Karan was activated yesterday, probably about 7 p.m. We got the news on that, and I dropped a little video on that. He was activated from NFI, so good to have him back on the field and good to have him back ready and work. And he was out there. Like I thought, like, okay, they activated him. You know, it might take a little time for him to get back out there.
He could pull a Nate Davis,
bro. Straight out there. No, like it, but that was a weird situation because when we got to camp, it was like Karan said he was fine. And I remember just being like, oh, he's fine. And then like Flus was like, nah, he's not. He's going to miss the entire summer program. I was like, all right, well, I thought he was fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was on NFI. And I was like, so who's telling the truth here?
But it was a quad injury, right? That he had.
It was a quad injury.
So he probably their training staff was more of a precaution thing. Just bring him along later. Slowly. Because he's slated to be what?
That's a lot of missed time for just a precaution.
But I think they're still trying to figure out their offensive line in general, right? So for him, he's slated to be a left tackle.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like he's not necessarily coming in to take over Braxton Jones.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I saw from Braxton, I wouldn't mind the competition.
wasn't a big fan of Braxton's play myself.
Well, you know how we all feel about. I mean, he's a guy that works.
Do we expect Karan to play in the game? Since he has had so much time.
Karan probably will not play. I would expect Karan to play maybe midway through the season.
Yeah, weeks 4 or 5.
Karan will play if somebody gets hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Or he might spell.
If multiple people get hurt,
he should be able to spell.
No.
If Braxton goes down
in a few weeks.
He's not going to be. He's not even that high on the depth chart yet.
No.
You know what I mean? Like he's not even that high on the depth chart. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't go. He kind of went through, rookie camp. He really didn't do anything in OTAs. He didn't. He legitimately, today's the first day I saw him stretch. He's literally done nothing.
I got you.
Nothing. And it's not a slight to him. It's not a disrespect to him. It's just they've been very incredibly precautious with him, and it is shown. So I mean, like, I think at the same time, like to me, I expect a little something from Karan this season, but I'm not expecting much. It's good to have Jaquan Brisker back, though. That was the other name on there that got back on the field today. And listen, Brisk is just...
This defense is going to be scary, dude.
Sick. Yeah.
The way Kyler's playing, and with Brisker, and then we got Bayard, and we got Jalen. Like, that secondary is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
And I think the one thing that you can say no matter what is if you're a Bears fan right now,
it's time to get tingly.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely tingly right now. But if you're a Bears fan right now, I think that
say it again.
The conversation around what you can trust and what you can't trust, you can trust the defense no matter what.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Like you just can't. Like I know people are like, oh, but they don't have the dogs up front. They're not going to be able to get pressure. I don't think it's going to matter as much as we think it is because of how much we've seen blitzes dialed up and because of how good of a coverage team they are. Normally the issue when you blitz that much is, well, you're leaving your DBs and your cornerbacks, your safeties, and your linebackers out to dry because you're taking a body away from them. You have to get home. But you got guys that can just cover. You got guys that like Jalen Johnson is a guy that can just, I'm with my man. He's not going nowhere. Tyreek Stevenson, hey, listen, I'm being physical down here. Just make sure the ball is thrown my way before, like, again, right? Like the thing we saw in joint practice with Joe Burrow, the thing that we've seen kind of throughout this preseason is they don't even look to Jalen Johnson's side of the field.
That's Jalen Island.
The biggest thing is that oftentimes we've built the defense, and then it's usually the offense that either can just screw it up. The defense gets tired. They're always out there. They're more exposed to injury. If this offense can basically, if you have a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball away or doesn't have a penchant for throwing the ball away, and we actually have a running game where we can control the clock, I mean, the defense is probably going to give us a lot of short fields to a degree, but you can also just, be able to dictate the ball on the offensive side and actually preserve this defense. That's really the key to a lot of this. We've had great teams in the past, but it's too lopsided to the defense to not have an actual balance. This is a truly balanced squad that we have.
Yeah, the credit to the defense. I mean, there's just way too many talented players to expect a lot of lulls in games from the D. Like, if everybody's healthy, I mean, you got guys all over the field that can have each other's back. Maybe there's a drop off in play every now and then from one guy to the next, but I mean, you got other players that are just going to pick the slack back up. So I don't expect this defense to really be underperformed during the season. I expect them to really be special this year, kind of like how we compared them or compared them to the what's that, the 2000, I want to say 18?
2018 as a
2018
2018 defense, yeah.
Yeah, when they had Mack and all those boys. But just real quick, I want to go back to the point that you made. Somebody had talked about one of the things they saw in camp that really was bothering me was the fact that Keenan Allen was talked about as maybe being, over the hill, and he looks a little heavier in the foot and speed and everything. So it's good to hear that, he's making progress, in practice, and he looks the part, and he looks like Keenan Allen. I mean, because I was a little worried for a minute. There was reports out saying that he didn't look himself, a couple times. So that's good to hear.
Keenan Allen know what it takes to be ready for the season.
Yeah.
That's all that.
What's your
Yeah.
thoughts
That's a good point.
on Greg Hardy? Was it Hardy? What's the Hardy
You
guy?
mean
Brown?
no, not Greg
Not
Hardy.
Greg Hardy, but Hardy, the 92.
Dan, is it? No.
The
it's
defensive
something
end.
else.
Because he looks like he's been making a little bit of noise.
Yeah,
Are they related?
he probably won't make this team.
Okay, just curious.
Dan Hardy? Something like that.
What's the Hardy?
That's actually
Daniel Hardy.
I want
Yeah.
to save some for obviously next week, because I mean we're rolling into the next legitimately 7 days until
Well, I mean,
cut week.
it's
It's some people who ain't gonna make
Daniel
it.
Hardy has played well, but I mean,
Yeah.
next Tuesday is cut down day. It's gonna be. Listen, boys, it's gonna be tough to make the team. It's also gonna be tough because, right, where are you going to keep more pieces at? Are you going to keep more pieces on the offensive line, or are you going to
Yes.
keep more pieces on the defensive line? You're probably going to keep more guys on your offensive line than you are on your defensive line. You're probably going to keep a lot of the DBs that you have, right? Elijah Hicks is somebody who's come in as a backup player who has played a heck of a good role. Not to say Daniel Hardy hasn't, right? But if I'm trying to develop guys, right, I'm not worried about Daniel Hardy. I'm more worried about Austin Booker developing than I am about Daniel Hardy. It's nice to have a Daniel Hardy,
Right.
but he's going to be one of those. And I said this when I did the post game show over on ESPN 1000. What the freaky?
Sorry, keep going.
Alrighty then.
Joe just back there pressing, but stop letting Joe drink before the show, man. You always
listen.
You're the one pushing buttons. But
push a button.
push the goddamn button. No, but I think the thing is, right, that no matter who gets cut this year, there's going to be somebody we want. It just is. There's that much talent on this team.
You're saying someone we
No
want
matter
is gonna
who
get
gets cut on this team, somebody's going to get cut that we wanted to make this team. That's just a fact.
So who's the person you would have wanted that may get cut?
Theo Benedict is probably going to get cut. I would say Daniel Hardy is probably going to be on that cut list as well. Listen, dog, let's be real. There's 5 tight ends on this team right now that
That's
all
a
could make
fact.
this team.
Wow.
Like Steven Carlson has shown out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's 5 tight ends on this team. You're not taking 5 tight ends into the season.
Not at all.
You're probably cutting 3 of the dudes that have looked really good. You know what I mean? So it's
How
like,
many can you send to the practice squad?
That's a good question.
I mean, you could build out your practice squad with it. I don't know how. I don't have off the top of my head how many, but
Okay.
I think the thing with that is though, right? If I send you to the practice squad, are you gonna make it through the practice squad? Are you going to be on the practice squad, right? Like, to me, I think that they're going to keep around a third quarterback, and that they're actually going to keep around this year because you've got a guy like Brett Rippon who understands the system already, who's basically that extra coach in the room, but also somebody that can step in and play. He's probably going to make this team. That's one less spot for somebody else who's out there. And you're not going to put Brett Rippon on his 16. Shout out to Bear Force on that one.
Yeah,
you're not going to put Brett Rippon on that list of guys who probably makes it through to the practice squad, and you're just like, yeah, he's definitely going to make it, right? It's not a Nathan Peterman situation. So I think that's what makes this tough, right? Like, you're going to move on from a lot of these guys, and there are other teams that are going to be interested because everybody's been focused in on the Bears because everybody wants to see Caleb Williams the last couple of games, and somebody's going to look and be like, oh, Ian Wheeler looks nice. I could use an Ian Wheeler on my team.
About Colin.
Yeah.
Colin Johnson really just had the one game, though. He probably ends up getting cut.
Did he get a chance, though, in the second game? Because I didn't.
He's
I
been
don't
hurt.
think I saw him out. Yeah, okay.
He's been hurt.
So that was the issue.
And listen, we already heard Flu say injury ain't gonna save your
Hey,
job.
Hey, you ain't lying.
You know?
Ryan Bates is on the outside.
Even though
looking
every
in
single time Nate Davis come back, it seems like his job
now.
is
Seems like his job
still
is
right there. I
secure,
don't know.
yeah.
Hey, Floose, be consistent.
I'm
baby.
not sure on that one.
Hey,
Hey, man,
we need
193 in the
Jay
building on the
I don't
YouTube
think
side.
he
45
played.
likes. Hit that like if you're over on the YouTube side, man. If you're over on the Twitter side. Twitter right now with 165 in the building. Hit that retweet button,
likes
man.
up.
Retweet this month. 167 people over on the Twitter side. Hit the retweet button. Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
man,
y'all
we're
rocking
trying to
with
get
your boy.
everybody to do this full time. Retweet this thing, bro. What y'all talking about? Hey, listen, give me my money.
That was
We
a-
need it.
That was, a
Give me my
personal,
money.
that was a personal stress right there. That,
Hey, listen,
that
you
was
felt it.
personal stress right there that came out on the show. That
I'm
was
with
nuts.
you. I'm with you.
I love real quick. I love Baki's point where he says Ian Wheeler probably gets cut and he's played well. That's the thing about this team. We talked about it before. The luxuries we have, where there's going to be people looking on the outside, looking in, that are actually really good players.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that's how talented our roster is. We're going to have to let go of somebody. We can't keep everybody. And so that's a good problem to have.
And dog, you got a lot of good players.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Listen, when you look at that backup DB room is disgusting.
Nasty.
Disgusting.
And it's also guys that you saw make an impact during the season last season.
Delicious.
Pat told me
I
not
don't
to
like
say
that.
anything about his
I
husband.
don't like that. Hey, Mike Davison. That's the first team I thought of. He said Cowboys definitely snatch.
Everything's
Dang.
bigger in Texas.
Everything big. All my exes live in Texas.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Cowboys definitely snatching Wheeler
working
if
hard.
he hit the wire. Like, no, that's a fact though. You know what I mean? Like to me, Ian Wheeler, Cowboys is a perfect team for him because their best option right now is Ezekiel Elliott.
Wow. Old basic.
Isn't that a shame? It's already because you only get average like 3 years for a running back.
No, it's not a shame.
No, I'm just saying it sucks that the running backs can't last that long.
You talking
Yeah, I
to the
know.
wrong guy.
I know. RBLM, man.
Nah.
Hey, running back lives matter, Pat.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, no, not to.
Yeah.
Did you say RBLM? No.
Running back lives matter.
Hey, Pat will cut any running back. It doesn't matter.
I'm cutting 90% of the ones that's on this team right now.
Running backs,
Dang.
less meaning.
We got DeAndre Swift. We got Roshan Johnson. And I think Khalil Herbert's going to make the team. Everybody else, hey, appreciate y'all playing the work version of this
Travis
game.
Homer.
And that includes Velus Jones because you want the switch.
Dang.
Well, I guess he didn't want to switch, but
He got
He
6
ain't had no
carries. though.
choice.
Wasn't his
You got
choice.
Rico
that's
down.
cute. But nah, bro. Like hey,
That's
Baki, that was
wild.
a Jerry Jones moment. That shit, Jerry Jones was wild, bro. What did Jerry Jones say?
I forget what
He said. He
We're not
said he's looking
pressed.
for the. He's trying to get to the money hole, or he was trying to say something
I
else.
remember the glory days.
But
of the
I'm
glory
trying, I think he was
something.
trying to relive. He said, "I'm trying to relive the glory days," and that must said, "Trying to relive the glory hole." It was
Glory
like,
hole.
oh, Jerry, no.
Hey, we don't kink shame, but Jesus.
Hey, Jerry, people can see you, Jerry.
Right. Keep your kinks to yourself, buddy.
I cannot stand Brady.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page.
You gotta read that.
What did it say?
It's a
said
love-hate
Patrick Mahomes with
relationship
no
with
look
this guy.
Behind the back pass to Jordan's collar.
He said what?
I don't know. It's just funny.
Pat Mahomes
He said-
behind the back pass.
he said
"They threw it to
Patrick-
my collar."
Pat Mahomes threw a no look behind the back pass to Jordan's collar.
I need Grady to show
I
up
don't
one
know
day.
why
Man. We
it's
gotta
funny.
see what
Why
Grady
it's
look
funny.
like.
Why it's
I'm
funny.
getting tired of this.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's how.
Oh,
Hey,
Grady.
that's how Chicagoans roast, bro. We'll say anything and just say it in a funny tone and
Right.
just be like, "Hey, that was funny, bro." Like, boy, if you don't shut up, boy, you got teeth like an albino alligator. What does that mean?
Oh,
Hey, it
snap.
was funny though. But it was funny though.
That's funny.
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
bake you
Lord.
with anything, boy. You look like an undisputed squirrel.
Undisputed.
Wow.
Hey man, let's keep this thing moving along. What you got?
Nope. Sorry. Keep going.
Dog, what's going on with you back there, dog?
Judge Judah.
Loaded. It was rendering still.
Let's keep
my
this
fault.
thing moving along,
Jerry,
man.
Jerry
Appreciate
Jones is
y'all
one of
for
my
tuning in and
favorite
showing love.
all-time
Oh,
sports people.
that's not it. What's going on there?
Hey, Jerry Jones
What's
has one of the
going on,
best
Joe?
quotes of all time.
I appreciate you. I was talking there.
I know.
No, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
Dang. Oh, you
got
ready?
it.
All right, hold on. Wait. Let me finish the drink.
You got it.
You know, pinky got to be extended every time you drink, too.
It's a sipper.
What in the world?
Trying to get through a goddamn show. This one come in hyped up off Adderall,
You
sugar.
just call somebody an
and
albino
vodka.
alligator. Shut up. That got nothing to do with sports.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, he definitely stopped for ice cream today, boys.
It was one time, but I did it.
Was on time today. Was on time today. Very interesting development out here with the Matthew Judon situation. We got the report that Matthew Judon got the opportunity to pick which team he wanted to go to, which is very commendable of the Patriots in that situation, right? I guess they say we get a third round pick either way. The report was out there that they were picking based on who they thought was worse. I guess that's not true in this situation. Because let's be real, when that came out, it literally was like, but that you just made that defense so much better, and that's already a good defense. That Falcons defensive line is nasty.
Yes.
But it's neither here nor there. But the fact that Judon picked Atlanta, you wonder whether it is a money situation, which we did hear from. Why can't I think of former GM in Kansas City?
Scott Pioli.
Scott Pioli. Shout out to Joel on that poll. Heard from Scott Pioli that not only was Ryan Poles on the phone with the agent, but was also on the phone with the Patriots, was also on the phone with Matthew Judon, and that it ended up coming down to money, which is why the Chicago Bears did not go out and trade for him. My question to you guys is this: knowing what we know about the defensive line right now, do you have an issue with the fact that the Bears weren't willing to spend the money to go out and get a guy like Matthew Judon that Matthew Judon is looking for?
No.
Go ahead. No, okay, I would say no, because even though we expected the team to be better overall, we talked about how good our offense can be, how special they look with Caleb. We talked about how this could be a top 5 defense. I don't think we're not done. This isn't the year where everybody's expecting the Bears to be playoff contenders or Super Bowl contenders, like legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Do I think we can go far? Absolutely. I'm not putting a cap on this team because I think we're that special if everything gets kind of put together throughout the season. But again, looking to next year, we got picks on top of picks on top of picks in the early rounds. We can address those deficiencies. We can address the edge. We can address offensive line, next year. And so am I mad that maybe certain money, the contract wasn't matched or put up for Matt Judon? No, this is an aging star who's coming off of injury. So there's a risk involved with him too. So, you're not mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all.
It always cracks me up when I be forgetting that whatever I put on the text, Joel is going to put on the card.
Oh, you didn't mean
Probably knew the contract was not intended to be in there.
Oh, you listed all the topics.
Very detailed.
He literally listed all the topics. It was in there. I'm like, all right.
If it's
It
in
was in there.
parentheses, I thought that meant, hey, this is a reason why. Yeah, I mean,
He's
but
a
know what?
very
You know what?
literal guy.
All right, coming right up.
it's all good. Just go with your point. Go ahead with your point. It's up there now.
Come on, sir.
Hey,
Oh,
bro,
Jesus.
if I can say real quick too, hey man, the Bears not stressed, man.
Mm.
If it's any side,
Stress. Yeah.
not if it's any side of the football that we're not pressed about, it's defense. So it's like I'm not rushing to go get a journeyman, for some specific skill
And
right
you got to
now.
give up capital too.
Right. Well, we can, what I'm saying, we can grab somebody and coach them up or let them build or whatever, what have you. We got time for all of that. But the defensive side of the ball, I'm not worried about. We don't need to, I'm not rushing it.
It also
I'm
begs
Joel Burgundy.
It also begs the question. Hey, by the way,
if you put anything on that card, he'll read it.
Not me.
You got 400. You got 400.
Joe Burgundy is great.
I'm Joel Burgundy.
that was a great joke.
By the way, we have 400 in the chat.
Over 400 in the chat. Shout out to y'all. 212 over on the YouTube side. 190 over on Twitter. Appreciate y'all for
I
showing
think
love.
you kicked the tires on, Judon to see what the deal is. But, yeah.
Which they did.
Which he probably won't. But he's
yeah,
looking.
they
He
threw
wants
their
like
name in
20
the
something.
They were in the last. Yeah, they were in the race.
But my point is with that, if you have that second round pick, which is really valuable, and you can get a much higher quality, if you can get another Montez Sweat type of defensive end at that right age that you can have for a while, then cool, and you can invest into him. On the other side of it, I wouldn't be mad if you got Judon and you paid him for like 2 years,
Right.
but now you get him a third round pick to me, you want to at least get 3 years out of that type of pick, out of that type of production, because you can still find you a possible starter. But I'm okay. I mean, they tried it. He probably wanted some more money. They probably feel confident in the defensive line that they have at this moment because we might have a pretty good rotation.
What happened? Grady, go do something else. God, man. Get out of here. Jesus Christ.
See? What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?
Okay. All right, here we go.
Say anything, dog.
All right, I'm red.
What?
Now, here's the thing, though. I'm in all sincerity, though. So we kicked the tires on Matt. How much money was he looking for? We don't know.
Well, we don't know. I mean, listen, there's still no contract in place, right? So the Atlanta traded for him essentially, and you would hope that they're not finna Hassan Reddick this thing, but there's no contract in place. He's been traded there for what? It's been a week now,
and he's looking for. I mean, he has no other years on his contract. He's looking for that extension. So, like, clearly, he went to a team that was going to have that conversation with him. Pose would have probably waited him out at the very least. He wasn't trying to hear that. So, I mean, he made an executive decision for him. And so more power to him, realistically. All this shows me is that Ryan Poles is still disciplined. And I think that's something you pointed out last week.
Yeah.
He's very disciplined, and he's not willing to just leap at anything, even if it can make us better temporarily. Hypothetically, on paper, it probably would have looked real great, but you don't know how it's going to work out. And then at the same time, are you willing to take that risk and that gamble based off what he's looking for? So I like the fact that he's disciplined. I still firmly believe that there's going to be some players trying to jump ship mid-season. There's some teams that are not going to perform as well as they thought they were, and there's going to be opportunities for us to build that way and also use the picks later. So,
yeah, no, I think I agree with you. I think there's just Ryan Poles has done an excellent job, like you said, being disciplined, but also just this is my plan. This is what I'm doing. I'm willing to take that side street. I'm willing to take a quick right when Google hits you with you can save 7 minutes on this trip. Do you want to accept this ride? It's like, oh yeah,
ice cream.
I can save 7 right. Yeah, I can save 7 minutes on this trip, but what is it going to cost me to save that 7 minutes? And I think to me, that's the thing. It's going to cost you the ice cream. I think to me, that's the thing about Ryan Poles that I like. And yeah, I do think he's going to keep his ear to the streets. I think the one thing that we get out of the Matt Judon conversation is that we know that Ryan Poles is looking to add. I think that tells you how he feels about that opposite defensive end piece. You know what I mean? I think that tells you how he feels about that guy who's opposite of Montez Sweat right now because you're more willing to go out and go after him. But,
hey, Jordan, fight back, dog. Fight back.
Bro,
it ain't Jordan this time.
Y'all got to close the chat.
He's getting cooked.
Y'all cannot focus on the show and look at the chat. None of y'all have the ability to do this.
I can.
No, you can't. You're the worst.
Apparently, I'm a member of Drew Hill right now.
For a long time.
Apparently, I'm a member of Drew Hill. I'm Cisco's little brother right now.
Jesus.
You're right. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna do this.
I've been trying to stay focused.
That's funny, man.
But it's hard though, because he got it right there.
You can't see that far.
I can.
Y'all can't focus on nothing on the show. God dang it.
Listen. It's an undisputed squirrel of a comment. He liked that one. You know he did.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Let's get into the best and worst of the weekend. Let us know your thoughts on Matt Judon in the comments below or in the comments on the side as well. Do you think that he should have been somebody who the Bears went after maybe a little bit harder? Yeah. Let's jump into the best and worst. Best and worst of the weekend, boys. We can talk about anything that happened over the weekend. And what do y'all got out there, man? Anybody got a best? Anybody got a best they had over the weekend? There was some good stuff this weekend. What you got, AD?
My best is probably from, if I missed it correctly, I think that was Saturday when the Chicago Sky played the LA Sparks, and we got a double-double from both Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese.
Baby.
When both our premier rookies are playing that well, the Sky look very good. So I need more of that. So that was my best.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie to you. My best of the weekend, dog. If y'all get a chance, please watch any podcast that has Vernon Maxwell on it.
Really?
That dude is
Mad
hilarious,
Max
bro.
Okay.
went on Jeff T podcast.
Bro,
He must have went in on Mike, didn't he?
Oh, he letting it fly on
Bro.
everybody, dog. Hey, Mad Max said they ain't gave me a mic for 30 years.
Okay.
Everybody getting it, bro.
Hey, he
I
goes
was sitting there
off.
bro.
He goes
crying,
off.
bro. He's still mad.
Bro.
Why is he so angry?
It's like your drunk uncle at the family reunion.
But he's sober.
It's like it's crazy.
Who is it?
bro.
You said Vernon Maxwell?
Vernon
Yes,
Maxwell.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Mad
All
Max
right.
was but he had a lot of
Check
love
that
for
out.
Mike though. But he was
I don't know about that. Not on this last episode.
He had a-
He had a lot of respect for Mike.
he got,
That's
he
He's
had
got a lot of
of
respect for Mike. I don't know if
Because
it's
Mike
love.
was
Love
saying-
is a different word.
Okay.
And he the
love
one
respect,
that
but-
he was like, if he the way he was scored on me,
Yes, bro.
this
Hey,
was
He said,
hey.
he said if he scored another bucket on me, that's one of my favorite interviews of his of all time. That was when he was playing.
Hey, kid, you know who he remind me of? Chaz Summers.
Oh my god,
Bro, nah, he said if he score another bucket on me, I'm gonna punch him in his face. How he's scoring on me is
Yeah, man.
disrespectful, and I'm not gonna stand for it.
He said he took off and his shoe was in my face. I was like, what?
Wait, he said that?
Wow.
Yes, bro.
About Michael
Bro,
Jordan.
he got in a fight with Mike because Mike was dropping him off.
Bro, crazy,
He
bro.
said how he's scoring on me right now is disrespectful. If he score another bucket, I'm gonna punch him in his face. And did it. And did it.
You know,
What was-
And his shoe was in his
face, bro. You know what's funny about it? Because he say all the things that you think people were thinking.
Yep.
Like all the stuff,
He's
like
keeping real.
like we make jokes about it. Like if I'm getting scored on like that, oh no,
Right.
I gotta take him out. He actually said it.
Yeah.
So like you
And
feel
did it.
different about it.
They did it
did
right.
it.
Took action. Yep.
That's
exactly.
crazy.
I think
bro.
what was funny was like the best of the weekend. It's tied to Caleb like doing what he did. You know that one throw to Rome, and Jordan sent some silly video of this guy that was
Oh, that
like,
video was
I'm calling- he said,
That
I'm
video
calling
was
the
hilarious,
NFLPA.
Janky Rondo.
Don't make me do this. I'm gonna call the
Janky Rondo is
NFLPA
hilarious.
and start snitching. He was like, "Yeah, Caleb out here doing cocaine and everything." he was so mad that it was like the Bears that we have a real quarterback. It was
Janky
so
Rondo.
so silly,
Shout out to
man.
Janky Rondo.
But
Yeah.
the fact that
He's
Caleb is
already
doing
big.
that is still my best. It's like I feel good that we have a quarterback finally after all these years as a long-suffering Bears fan that we, I'm just ready for him to just do it against
Well,
the real
this
squad.
goes to show you how popular Caleb is right now. I mean, if you look at the QB coaches, the QB school videos, not one quarterback review got close to 40,000, but Caleb's got over 80,000 views. Jesus. Like
That's just
everybody's
us, though.
interested.
I ain't gonna lie to
That's
you.
all
That's just
Chicago.
us. It's just us.
Made
But
the
that
market.
shows how interested we
Because
are.
you know what it is, though. This is what I respect about Chicago fans, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, I would say a good chunk of the fan base wants to be able to debate the sport intelligently.
Definitely.
Yes.
And so
agree with
because of that, they watch stuff like that. But I'm telling you this right now, dog. Like, as I'm sitting here being up here with the media and stuff like that, when the Bengals came to town, when you around other teams, bro, don't nobody else cover sports like this city.
Mhm.
New York,
New York, maybe.
and that's it.
Okay.
New York is it.
Philly.
California, no. Philly don't have
Philly fans is
Philly fans. Now Philly football, yes,
Philly
there's
football,
there's a lot of stuff with Philly football, but like Philly sports as a whole,
Yeah.
like we cover all of our sports
Yes.
hardcore.
All the time.
Like there's a bunch of podcasts for all
Yeah,
of our sports. That doesn't happen in every city. California don't even cover nothing but the Lakers, and they barely cover the Lakers. Like ESPN LA is like TMZ. Like they talk about pop culture stuff.
Oh, because the biggest thing there.
Because the biggest thing there is the Lakers and
Yeah.
pop culture, what's going
Yeah.
on in the world. So like
Yeah.
it's very different, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like I just when I think about when I look at how we cover our teams, it's so different, but it's because of the fans that we have. If you say something dumb,
They're gonna let you know you said
they gonna
something
sit there and let you know you said something dumb because I gotta know this. Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't watch this. Well, I seen in this video from the QB school
Yeah.
that he missed this read here because he didn't have his feet set base and he didn't throw it to the right side and he didn't see this read over here. Like they know that stuff. You see these mothers in the streets, they want to talk football with you. You better be ready to talk football.
Is there?
For real,
I know
man.
you can't call. Well, I don't want to put you in that position. Is there something or someone who just has like a knack for just dumb questions in those rooms with you all?
That's a good question.
Dumb question.
Yeah, I don't want him to single him
I
out
think
though.
that's
You know
just
what
a
I'm
yes
saying?
or no answer.
Yeah, my bad. I don't want to put you in that space.
I'm
My
not,
bad.
I'm not
bro.
gonna call nobody out.
But
Except
have you
that
heard
guy.
some ridiculously
But you know
dumb
what?
questions?
I think that there are questions that I think are dumb, and I think there's questions I've asked that people think are dumb. You know what I mean? Like I think what you're trying to understand, the world probably ain't trying to understand. So like me asking Tremaine Edmonds today, I was like, most people probably gonna think that this question is dumb, but y'all got 22 days until the start of the season. How do y'all stay focused? How do y'all stay locked in?
It's a very good question.
But for most people, they're gonna be like, well, what do you think he's gonna say? He not gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna struggle." You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, it's not a dumb question because I'm legitimately trying to learn the answer so I can come here and talk to people about it because I know it's people with that question. But I think that there is a.
If that was your example of a dumb question by you, great job.
Hold on, but real quick
Great
though.
job, my boy. Listen,
Speaking of dumb questions, quick side note.
here we go.
The fact that, again, tapping back in with the WNBA, after, like, in the post-game conference for the Seattle Storm, they steady asking everybody else about Caitlin Clark's effectiveness in the league. Jewel Lloyd was like, well, I'm not going to talk about her, but I'm going to talk about our rookies because I'm sick of y'all asking me about one person. So they be getting these dumb questions like, oh, how do you feel? Or
The WNBA has gotten weird because it's been desperate for this attention and now it's getting it. But everybody
wasn't ready.
Everybody only wants to know about Caitlin or Angel. Those are the only questions that people are caring about right now. And it's because it's new media members that they don't really know the history of the WNBA like that that's over there.
Well, you know what I have to say to those people too who get frustrated? Welcome to the Magic and Bird era. Because that's all they talked about.
Every question was, hey, Tony, you played against Magic Johnson tonight. What were your thoughts on how he dropped 40, 11, and 6 on your head? Like legit,
the old-timey voice.
That's how they was asking questions back in the day, bro. Tell me what you think. You went up against Larry Bird. He called you a hoe at half court and then knocked down a 3. What are your thoughts on that?
I put the ball in the hole. Put the ball in the hole.
Both teams play hard. The way he scored on me was disrespectful.
Keep the ball in the hole.
His shoe was in my face. Hey, he's still going at me like that again. I'm gonna fight him. Man, that's
but no, it's a different world there. And I think that they're getting used to that. I think that will get better. It's also a lot of media members that weren't covering the WNBA that were covering other sports. They were like,
let me shift here.
You go cover this
right.
now.
No,
like I remember because we was up at the Sky Courts, it's the Sac Center. So like you could just play there. It's literally you
can rent it out.
But you can rent it out. No, you still can. It's literally
a rec center. Basically.
It's a rec center. It's like a youth center. It's not a. No, it's
that court now.
It's like what is it called? Campus. Like the city gym. Like when you got a city gym.
Park district. Like
a park district. Yeah. That's literally all it is.
How would you compare it to the Windy City Bulls Stadium?
It's the same.
The practice court?
Oh, you talking about the practice court?
Talking about the practice court. Okay. The practice court is literally like in a park district.
That's how I look for the Fever.
It's like playing.
I played on it.
It's like playing at UIC.
I was looking at some.
No,
Fever.
Yeah, it is kind of like.
No, it's literally like walking into Export, but they court is over there.
I've walked into UIC and played on the court.
I mean, yeah, but UIC still has a this is art. Like you got to walk into UIC.
No, it's a side door.
But that's why
you still are
walking
into UIC.
It'll be really.
They own the.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It'll be better when they get their own dedicated.
This is not like the park district. It's the park district. They practice at the park district. They practice at the Sac Center. It's a workout center over there that it's a track up top that the women be walking on. It's a dog it's literally.
They don't have no security in there?
No.
That's wild.
They literally told me and my brother and all of them hey, I got to get off the court to Sky from the practice.
Dang.
Bro.
I walked out as they was walking in and in came all the media.
Wow.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
But that's where
they
where
build
it was
that
at.
facility in Bedford Park, it's gonna be.
Hey, shout out to those ladies for growing the game, though. But I mean, that's kind of part of the course.
It take time. You starting there, I guarantee you they won't be practicing there for 5 more years. My worst of the weekend. Anybody else have a best?
I'll just say my best real quick. My
ahead.
best was Grady mentioned it actually. It was the behind the throw pass to Travis Kelce. Not
that
my
was
collar.
nuts.
The
Travis
fact that he
Kelce
did
was
it in
The,
the game.
the best part of it is that he was doing it to spite him.
Yeah, he was mad. He was like, "Man, take this ball."
He said you ran the wrong route. So I just threw it behind my back so that he couldn't get it. And he got it. I caught it. He literally said that. He said Travis ran the wrong
I
route.
didn't even see it.
Hey, after the game, he said Travis ran the wrong route and he pissed me off. So I just threw it behind my back.
Could you imagine in a year or two, our quarterback could talk the same way? Our quarterback will have the ability to say what Pat just said because he's that good.
The switch of this guy.
It's
nuts,
crazy.
Bro. It's crazy.
It's
Bro.
crazy.
And people call me a flipper.
Jesus.
I mean, like, listen,
Hey, listen,
I always said
appreciation.
this guy was good.
Hey,
I watched the tape.
The hate you all have for this guy. Let's pan over.
Oh, that's
real
nuts.
quick.
I ain't say send no hate to Dub,
listen,
boy.
hey, let's pan over to this guy right
He
here.
said- he
Right?
said, make
Listen,
sure you
hey,
hate Dub over
hey,
there.
listen. C-Dub was a Justin Fields fan up until April.
No, wait, I'm still a Justin Fields fan because I still watch all his
No,
stuff.
you were
currently.
a Justin Fields needs to be the Bears quarterback up until April.
Enthusiast.
That's true. That's true.
When did
But
Caleb get drafted?
Oh.
Hey, Pat, when did Caleb get drafted? When did Caleb get drafted?
Well, I mean, you said April. Well, yeah, the draft is in April.
Did it happen?
I think he
So he
finally
was
watched
a
tape.
Justin Fields should be the quarterback up until the day
Hey,
Caleb
no,
gets
he watched
drafted.
tape.
He
in
finally
July.
watched his. He finally watched his foot. He was like, oh, this
In
kid
July.
kind of nice.
Hey, it was a week before. He was like, "Yeah, you know what? Finally looked at this film," and that's when the revelation hit everybody.
I ain't gonna lie to
He
you.
never saw the film.
That mess was hilarious. That was a wild thing to say. My worst of the weekend before we get to everybody, and I don't know if anybody else saw this. My heart goes out to this Chargers fan. Who, first off, my guy, time and place, bro. You gotta know time and place. So there was a Chargers fan. If you haven't seen it, check it out after the show.
After the show,
He gets on the kiss cam with his girl.
Oh, I saw that. That's bad.
And he decides to tell the kiss cam cameraman, don't move, puts his hand up, pulls an engagement ring out, opens it up, and is going to ask his girl to marry him. She's like, no. Like, no.
She don't know you like that.
No.
Yep.
And he's like, what's wrong? Wait, I thought we was doing it. And then as he stands up, somebody's walking down the stairs with a plate of nachos. Boop! Right on top of him.
Dang.
Got the old double whammy.
Wait a minute. Did it look planned?
Bro, bro.
It was legit.
cheese all over
bro.
him.
That sounds too bad to be
Bro,
true.
The timing
too
was
too
bad
bad to be true.
I had secondhand embarrassment from halfway across the country, bro.
Dang.
I
don't
sat there.
know.
I was like, bro, this dude is not going
Do
to
you
recover.
stay with Shorty after she say no?
no,
He was twice as mad.
that's embarrassing.
No. Not only was he mad that she, said no, but then the
Here's the
nachos.
thing.
he
Here's
was
the thing that
pissed.
I always
I gotta
say.
leave immediately.
Well,
now.
here's the thing that I always say. You gotta know why she said no. It could have been because I hate the proposal on the camera at the game because there's 60,000 people watching this.
She could have been
If
embarrassed.
Linda says no, not everybody's booing Linda because you didn't say yes to the guy. You putting her in a tough situation.
It is. It's a little tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe he just
I
did
mean,
so
something.
maybe
I
he
gotta
thought he
know
knew.
the reason why it's no. Do you know if your girl don't want to be in that situation? Now, you gotta have
Bro,
these
he was-
conversations.
he was
ahead of
proposing
time.
He didn't
as a
have his
sorry.
game tight.
He was
He
proposing
didn't have
as a
his
sorry.
game
Yeah,
tight,
he didn't have
bro.
his game tight.
And
If
because
you
of
know
that,
that's sorry.
nachos.
If you if his game wasn't tight, he's sitting there asking questions and he got to question his chick. He should know that. There's
No,
way.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the wildest part in the world. I was like semi-nervous asking my wife to marry me, but not really, because I literally was just like, I know
it's a
you want
yes.
to marry me.
Yeah.
No, I knew
Same.
it was a, yeah. It's
Like
the
I
game was
know
tight.
what's going
There
on.
was
Like,
not
it's
a
no
doubt.
way.
There was no doubt in
If
my
you
mind.
say no, you cheating at this point. Like something just
Facts.
happened. I
Hey,
missed
I'm
it.
2 for 2.
Facts.
I'm 2 for 2, baby.
Oh,
That's
snap.
wild. I don't know if that's how
Dang.
it works.
What?
Hey, what kind of flex is that?
Is that a
100%, my boy.
Hey, when I get married, I get married.
Are you 100%?
Don't tell me no.
Hey,
See this ring, we get married.
How many you finish?
One of them.
Oh, snap.
Hey, listen, that's a hater for you.
That's
Why you
still
do
a
that
work
to
in
you?
progress.
Hey, why you do
That's
that
still
to
a
you,
work in
dog?
progress. Let's keep it going.
Hey, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move to
What was your worst?
some
What was your
sports.
worst?
So I don't know if this happened exactly over the weekend, but I read it over the weekend. So apparently, Dennis Schroeder took offense to Kevin Durant responding to him.
See this.
And here's the thing I hate about this, because everybody's gotten really, big on KD responding to people. You know that he's still just a human being?
Facts.
Him making millions of dollars doesn't change the fact that he can be as petty as he wants to be, anything like that. And guess what? He's Kevin Durant. I don't know where the music's coming from. He's Kevin Durant. If he chooses to respond to you, you should actually be thankful because guess what? He didn't have to respond to you. So Dennis Schroeder being mad because he responded to his offhanded tweet and saying, well, you're a star. You shouldn't say stuff like that. Shut up. You mad because you sat there and missed out on them 80 M's the Lakers were trying to give you and you chose to bet on yourself. It didn't work out.
Thanks.
But Kevin Durant could sit there and say whatever he wants to say in that respect. And guess what? It was fitting because it was related to basketball, which was both showed high IQ and entertainment. Something that apparently you all didn't get across, and that's why your game is so boring in your country. But
you know what throws me off about the whole KD situation when he talks back to people is Kevin Durant is a dog. But you can tell what is said on Twitter affects how he playing that day. If he going back and forth with somebody. And that always throws me. I'm fine with you throwing jabs at people, but I've seen KD throw jabs back and forth with people, and then the next night he 2 for 26. And it'd be like, really? I know you're not worried about them talking about you on ESPN. And then after the game, he like, well, they was talking about this and that, and they don't understand the situation is going. It's like, you worried about what's going on over here? Worry about making them baskets. Worry about winning the championship without Daddy Steph. Worry about winning the championship without Draymond Green.
Oh, snap.
Worry about consistently winning games without Kyrie Irving.
Oh, snap.
You got put on a team with 3 of the best scorers, or two of the best scorers in the NBA.
Oh, you still cooking?
James.
Hey, you still cooking?
No. With no other roster though.
I thought he was.
And let's be for real.
Listen.
With no other roster. Let's be for real.
That sounds great, but still did nothing.
They made the playoffs.
Oh wait,
And didn't get out the first round.
sure did.
Dog.
You're not gonna make it far without
bro.
a team though.
Nah, bro.
You're not gonna make it far without a team.
Bro, listen. I like the sound of it, and I'm a KD guy. I think the KD is let's be real. He's arguably the greatest scorer of all time. He's 7 feet tall, dribble like a point guard, can shoot from anywhere on the floor. It's not many people that have ever been able to do that, right?
He's
ever
in life. Top 5
like
small
all
forward.
the people that are able to do that are in the league right now.
Yeah,
he's a top 5 small forward all time.
So to me, I love KD. I think that he's a phenomenal hooper, but I just want to see you do it without everybody making all the other excuses around you. It was Russ' fault. It was Kyrie's fault. He should have been there at work. It was James' fault. It was Book fault. It was Beal fault. Now it's Matt. That's the owner of the Suns. Matt Ishbia fault. It's everybody else's fault.
Not defending him, but some of those things are legitimate.
Here's the thing:
when James Harden was injured, Kyrie Irving got in. They was cooking. Hey, the Bucks players would even say, Jeff Teague can say, "I thought we was gonna lose." Kyrie got hurt. It's just KD. Oh, we got a chance now.
But what I'm
so
saying,
it's legitimate. It ain't he made an excuse. Stuff really happened.
But what I'm saying is stuff happened because of the roster situation. Why is the roster bad?
Why is the roster bad?
Because Phoenix? Kevin Durant said, "I want to get traded to Phoenix." So Phoenix had to give up the world to get Kevin Durant and open up cap space. That's why the roster's empty. So I don't feel bad for you when you ain't got no roster around you, even though they still went out and added Bradley Beal.
I thought that was the Bradley Beal thing that killed him.
No, the Bradley Beal thing killed them financially. They had a lot of people. Think about what they traded to Brooklyn.
I'm saying, but think
you
about
traded
what
Mikal Bridges, who became a number 1 option on that team.
But you got 60 M's tied to Bradley Beal, who ain't did nothing.
Which is fine.
That's like 4.
But you had to trade the team for KD.
He was worth the trade.
Okay.
Bradley Beal wasn't worth the investment.
But Bradley Beal.
You know we argued about a whole different.
Yeah, it don't matter. I don't care. I'm just my whole thing with it is I don't feel as bad about KD when people go at him, because when people go at KD get fragile. KD one of the greatest supers of all time.
I don't think he's fragile.
KD be fragile.
I just think he just respond. I think he just chooses to respond. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him choosing to respond.
I'm fine with you responding. I'm fine with you responding when you say you know who we are, and then you go out and drop 50 the next night. You know who I am, and then you go out and drop 50. Hey, respond.
Yeah, but you know who I am, and then you hold me like this half the time. That's not cool.
Okay.
And that's what Boston did.
Good defense.
Hey,
did they call it?
Get the heck out of here.
Did they call it?
Hey, listen. Even Jason Tatum tell you that ain't good defense.
Good defense.
Whatever, bro.
Anybody else got a worse?
You a hater.
Yeah, I got a worse,
What's
man.
your worst? This
This
conversation.
This conversation went long.
Draft order came out this past day. I actually am one of the commissioners in our fantasy football league, and I end up getting the last pick. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Snake
Wait,
draft?
is this snake draft?
It's a snake draft. I will say that.
That's not bad.
That actually is good.
I
Okay.
didn't see that coming.
That's a
14
great
and
pick.
15, yeah, but I actually wanted one of the top guys. So the guy I was thinking about getting, he probably won't be there. So I gotta adjust accordingly, but I might still be.
You
on
get
par.
back-to-back picks, and you worried about
Yeah,
it.
no,
the
I'm
12,
my favorite
It's
pick.
14 guys
my-
in the league.
I
that
think
sucks.
Yeah.
the best order for picks is pick one, whatever how many ever
I
people
don't
you
like
got in your
one.
league.
I
So
used to like one.
pick 15,
Yeah.
and then because pick one you gonna get the best player. Pick 15, you gonna switch that camera there, Dub? You got it. I appreciate it. He was sitting there thinking. Pick 15, and then like just the right down the middle pick. So whatever is right down the middle for your
6 or
draft.
7 is
Those are
solid.
1, 2, and
7
3
or
for
8.
me
Yep,
because
yep.
6 or 7.
those are the best. Like one, you either get consistently, I'm right here. I'm gonna get that guy that's gonna be solid, or I get the best player, and then I get the
You in a
24th
14-man
best
league?
player?
though?
14
It's 14 guys.
So really, the number one pick is at a disadvantage because let's just say, okay,
It's number
the person
one.
gets
yeah, you're
Christian
losing 28
McCaffrey.
players.
You're
Yeah,
going
you're waiting like 20 something more picks.
well by if
Hey,
his
you
first pick in a 12-man draft. Yeah, 20,
You kind
get
of have the
24, 25.
advantage right there.
Yeah,
over a lot
I'm thinking
of people.
about it like that. We'll see.
Because then you get to see what everybody else took. You get to evaluate that, and then you get to start the next.
I think
round.
I'd rather have your position because in that same league, I'm
Yeah,
third
he's
to
in the league.
last. I'm third to last.
No, you got a good spot
It's not
too.
bad, but I'd rather be like back to back. You know, if I'm not gonna be, like middle of the pack, I'd rather be like number 14, like yourself.
I mean, you could
Well,
take
you know,
two top running backs right next to each other, and then
might
you've
be the
done.
plan.
You
I
good.
just
Might
wanted
be
to
the
add
plan.
that I had a monster fantasy year last year.
Oh,
I finished
phenomenal.
2. Actually, I finished.
You won.
I won 2 out of 3 championships last year,
Okay.
and then I took second place in my league last year. So I'm picking first. And
Who was
second,
first
so,
in our league last year?
My cousin won. Vinny. He was number 1.
Yeah, he ended up beating me.
No, he beat me. I was in the
Did you
championship.
beat me?
Yeah, I was in the championship.
No,
I
I'm
was pissed.
saying in the round before, your cousin beat me
I think so.
because I duct taped the team together and got me all the way to the semifinals, bro. I was like, come on, Raheem Mostert. I need one more week out of you.
Yeah.
Finally fell apart. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We finna get up out of here, man. As always, it's the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid in the building. The super producer, Joel Holt, running the 1s and 2s. C-Dub, of course. Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. And the man behind the scenes, Mr. 2 Letters. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.